Welcome back to the channel, everyone. If you're new to the channel, my name's Tim, this is Vehicle Evolution, and today we're going to go over something that I've gotten quite a few questions about, and that is how much have I spent on this car. And it honestly shocked me when I added it all up, because I didn't realize it was that much, honestly. But yeah. I also found my original dealer sticker price tag for the car, so I'll show you that as well. It was in my spare trunk well of all things. No idea why it was there, but anyway, it was there, and we'll go over that. But for right now, let's go find a quiet place to go over the outside of the car and the inside of the car and under the hood of the car. And I've done mod updates in the past, but I've never told you guys how much all this stuff has cost, so we're gonna do that. Okay. So here's my original sticker from when I bought it. Now this car was bought brand new. I had 8 miles on it when I purchased it, so I am the only owner of it. And yeah, this is what the original sticker was. So I have it's actually a base model, 2014 Genesis Coupe 2.0T with the automatic transmission. All the normal stuff that you all have in your cars, and probably less than some of it because I don't have the premium package or the ultimate package or any of that kind of stuff. The only added features was cargo mats and a first aid kit and an iPod cable and wheel locks. But yeah, this is the main thing, averaging 21 miles to gallon. I'm actually averaging about 23 miles to the gallon with the tune, so that is a plus. But the final price that I paid for this car, $27,510, and yeah, it's hands down probably one of the best purchases I have ever had. But brand new, that's what these cars cost off the lot. Let's get into the mods, because that jacks that price way up. Alright, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on each mod, because if I do that, this is going to be a long video, and I don't have that kind of attention span, and I doubt you do either. So I'm going to go through them kind of quick, and then throw the numbers up on the screen, and then at the end of the video, we'll have a tally on how much I've spent total on this car. So up first, let's talk about the thing that is probably the most distinguishing feature of this car that nobody knows about until it actually happens, and that is the vertical doors. So the vertical door kit came from Vertical Doors Inc., and it runs $1,195. So that is the first mod. Next, we have the CNT V3 Catback Exhaust, which the exhaust itself was $600. Now I'm gonna round these prices up, because I think the exhaust was like $595 or something like that. But rather than give you numbers like that, we're gonna round a little bit, just to make things a little bit easier. So exhaust about $600. The SRS downpipe was $200. The O2 housing, which also was from CNT, runs $150. My HKS ram air intake was $220. The spec-d sequential tail lights, $400. Originally, I had changed out my factory headlights for the Anzo headlights, which were cool looking, fit terribly, and I eventually pulled them out. But the Anzo headlights I spent $300 on. I actually just got them off of eBay, so it was kind of a deal, because they were going for more than that. But I ended up buying new OEM headlights, which I blacked out. Those cost me $450 for the pair. Now the Diode Dynamics halos that are in the headlights, that was $100. My rear diffuser was $120. Again, not a very expensive piece, got it off of Amazon. The front lip, which is not the big splitter I just added a little while ago, but the front lip was $115. The actual splitter piece, which I did add recently and did a video on, was only $45. Again, a real deal off of eBay. Now I have on my rear diffuser and on my side skirts, I have these little winglets. The ones that I put on the back of the car only cost me 25 bucks. The ones that I put on the front behind the front wheels only cost $15. Now the most recent noticeable mod I did was the wheels and tires, and if you remember from that video, these are Curva C42 wheels with Lionheart LH5 tires on them. I spent $1,700 for the whole set, wheels and tires, balanced, mounted, and shipped. I originally switched out my suspension for lowering springs. I put arc lowering springs on it. They cost me $300. Recently I switched those out to the Riaction Coilovers. They run about $900 a pair. I have the SFR Stage 1.5 Tune. That ran $325. The Gemini carbon fiber hood, which also had some issues when I got it, and we ended up wrapping part of it, and the vendor actually compensated me for the cost of the wrapping material, but the whole thing altogether was $900. The tablet system, which is probably the thing I get the most questions about of anything that I've ever done, but the tablet system, all the components, radio, the tablet itself, all that stuff ran me about $600. The first mod that I actually did to the car was the rear wing, and I just thought it gave it a better look. I didn't like the look of the Genesis without any kind of wing on the back. I just put the OEM track wing on it. That cost me $200, and it was already painted, so that was a big bonus. The HKS Blow-off Valve ran me about $400. I also recently replaced my brake rotors and my calipers. There was nothing wrong with either one. I just wanted to be able to paint my calipers and wanted drilled and slotted rotors, so I came across an awesome deal on those. The whole thing together with the rotors, the calipers, and all the pads ran me $250. And lastly, we have the side skirts, which they don't really stick out. They've got a little flaring in the back, but they just kind of add to the bottom look of the whole car. So in mods alone, that brings the total cost for additions to this car to $9,600. Yeah, I didn't think I had spent that much because I've been doing it piecemeal, a little bit at a time, but damn, almost $10,000 in add-ons to this car. That's a little crazy. I mean, the wheels added, the doors, that certainly were, both of those were big modifications, the coilovers. I mean, between those three, that's like $5,000 worth of upgrades. But yeah, $9,600 in addition. So that brings the total cost of this car to $37,110 is how much I paid to basically have this car. And yeah, wouldn't do anything differently. Love every minute of driving it. Love the car completely. I'm going to have this car for a long time. I don't plan on giving it up. There are plans for something new down the line, probably early next year, but I will keep this car. Never going to let this one go. So yeah, that's all the mod costs. That doesn't include routine maintenance, things like that, oil changes, brakes, stuff like that. Now, if you want to know, I do my oil change every roughly 9,000 to 10,000 miles, and I use a synthetic oil from Valvoline that's actually rated to 15,000 miles along with the oil filter, but I change it way sooner than that. Have always used it, have never had any problems with the engine on this car. It has been a totally reliable vehicle, and all I can say for people wondering if these are reliable cars, if you maintain it, the thing's going to last you a long time. But the problem with the Genesis Coupe, and I'll probably do a video on this later, is a lot of the owners of Gen Coupes are not first owners. I mean, there are plenty of us out there that are, but you don't really know how the car was taken care of before, and I think that's where some of the problems come into play with these cars. But yeah, this one has been almost bulletproof, except for that one transmission issue that wasn't, in the grand scheme of things, all that expensive, but you know, it was a quick and easy fix. But yeah, that's the deal on this car. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. But that's all from me for now, guys. Until next time, take it easy.